Hi everybody, welcome. It's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk. Happy Tuesday! Sorry I didn't come on yesterday. We didn't get back from being away till later in the evening, and then I had lots of prep to get done for this morning's class. So I just did not have time to go live, I'm afraid. Anyway, I'm here today and I'm going to actually show you the 3 cards that we made in class today, as I have a spare kit, and thought I'd go over and make them with you. And then for those of you who were in class today, don't go away. Those of you who were in class today, I might actually change some things up just to show you how perhaps by using exactly the same design, you can perhaps change it a little bit. That's my plan. We'll see what happens. Anyway, hello everybody who's watching on the live. Thank you also if you're joining on the replay. Always great to have you here. Hello, Miss Georgiana. Hello. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Shaz. Susan, Vicky, Karen, Sheila. Hello. Hello. All right. So, were they all fancy? No, they weren't all fancy fold. We had 2 fancy fold. One fancy fold that I kind of did have done on this channel before, but I'll show you what we did in class, and all the different stamps. Let me just make sure I've got them ready. I tried not to put everything away as I normally do. I've got kept some stuff out ready to show you. So, hi Carol Ann, nice to see you. So let's get on and started with the first one. I will need to bring in my cut and emboss machine in a second. Who else has joined? Oh, it's Carol. Hello, Carol. Right, desk view time. Let's see if this works. Yes, it does. Right, so this is the card that we made. This one here. So it's kind of, it's like that. Oh, that bow's a little bit skew-whiff. Let's just move that around to there. That bow's like that, and then it opens up like that, and then it just sits like so. So yes, you have seen me do this one before. I've also written out the what's the word, the kind of the roadmap for it, the plan for it. Let's have a look. I think I've got it here. Yeah, here it is. So I will try and remember to pop up a picture of this on Artful Stampin Space. If you want to take a screenshot now, please feel free to do so. I'm afraid it is only in centimetres, this one, but I will kind of explain the ratios if you want to do it in inches. So it's using some of the really pretty paper that's available in Celebration, and also some stamps. So I'm going to, over the next week or so, really try and showcase some of the Celebration products, because you've only got 2 weeks really to get your orders in for Celebration. All right, so to start off with, if I just show you what the kind of basic measurements are, you need to have cut, or scored rather, your cardstock into 3, so that you basically have this kind of triptych kind of effect. So as long as these are equal rectangles, it will work. And then you score from left to right and left to right on the outer panels. And then you can get some pieces of DSP, and whatever size your rectangle is, cut half a centimetre smaller for your DSP. So for example, or not for example, I'm going to tell you what the actual measurement is. This measurement across here is 7 centimetres. This measurement is 14.5. So my DSP is 6.5 across by 14 centimetres down, and then cut in half. So you can do additional decorating if you want to. I mean, if you're someone that wants to have a piece here and here, you can do that. And maybe this time what I'll actually do is show you that variation perhaps. So I can go for sticking that on there, but in order to have something on that panel, I'm going to get these ones and actually just turn them over and stick them there and there, just to show you a kind of a variation of what can be done. All right. Oh, thank you, Vicky, for sharing my February host code. Yes, so if you're new to Stampin' Up, new to the products, but you'd like to place an order and you'd like to place it through me, you can do so through my Stampin' Up shop online. And but currently at the moment there's a really good sign-up offer. So if you want to sign up, it's £99 and you can choose either £160 a product, or you can choose to have this amazing glass mat, which is really helpful if you're into kind of messy mixed media style crafting. So then if you do choose the media mat, you only get £130. I say only, you get £130 a product and you get the mat, which is actually worth about £50, which is quite good. All right, so I'm going to stick these to the outer edge. Now the reason I've chosen to stick this kind of colour, this blue, it's Pool Party actually, this colour, is because I've created this kind of real quite fancy dancy kind of focal point, and I didn't want to have anything too distracting there. So as I said, I'm going to change it up a bit, and I'm going to now stick some panels onto this section here instead. Hi Martina. How Carnival Tuesday it is, yes. Oh, is it? Hold on. Was it oh, it's Pancake Day today. Oops. I completely forgot. Oh dear. Oh well, we'll have to have it another day. I won't, just don't tell my children. Hi Heather. Hi Ellen. Oh, have a good day at work. Nice to see you. Hi Janice. Oh, Janice, I meant to message you. Thank you so much for what you sent me in the post. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. Very kind of you. All right. There we go. All right, so we flip that over, and there we go. So we got, there's just that little variation there compared to the other card. And then my central panel, oh, I've just realised I cut this out of a scrap piece, but I don't think you're going to see that through there, are you? Oh, that'll be fine. I'm going to use a really lovely stamp set that I probably would like to make a little bit more use of, actually. So I might do that tonight. Now, remember, I've done stamp surgery on this one. I know some of you know this already, but I found it easier the other day to use this stamp set apart, so I took it apart, as one does. All right, so to keep it all nice and coordinated, I'm going to stamp a little bit of Pool Party into the corner of this corner here, and a little bit into this corner here. Just turn it around and do the same corner. Let's see. Ooh, I just knocked on the floor. Oh, lid. Okay. And I'm thinking, because I can, I think I might just add a little sprig there. Turn that around. Do a little sprig there. Although I don't like it now, because really I should have done that sprig going that way. You know what? I'm just going to cut another piece. This is me being fussy. I'm going to do this again. So 14 by 6.5. Oh, the embossing folder is super cute. Yeah, it's very, very cute. All right, I'm going to do the opposite corner to what I had designed. Let's do that instead. There we go. Close that down. And I went for a crushed curry on the inside of this, as I wanted a kind of lighter version than the wild wheat. So this little flower sits beautifully inside here, and you have to kind of aim that bud for there, and then the flowers just sit into place like so. How nice is that? Such a pretty design. And then I think I'm going to do the same on here, like so. Turn it around and pop that there. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's nice. It kind of like takes that design on a little bit more. Okay. And where are my bits of paper? Sorry, bear with. I've just got to find. Got to find my scrap bits. Here they are. So I think what I might do is stamp something slightly different on here. I'm going to see if I can stamp the you're in my thoughts. So on my card that I did for the class this morning, I stamped this lovely floral from Circle Sayings, but I'd like to kind of again show off a little bit more the Softly Sophisticated stamp set. So I'm actually going to use that instead and go for a little bit of early espresso, so it's nice and dark but it's not a black. So I'm going to pop that into there like so. Now this, I know you're going to ask me, what size is this circle? This is the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. Did this, okay? And then I cut this circle from the 2 3/8 punch. Oh, let's go for one that's actually properly cut out. That one. And I love it because it just creates this gorgeous, really thin border all the way around. Hello, Miss Pamela. Lovely to see you. Hello, Tara from South Carolina. Great to see you. Hi, Patricia. Nice to see you too. All right, so I think I want to do something a bit different around the edge of this. So I'm going to go for a little bit of wild wheat. And I'm just going to stamp those leaves. And do you remember I said to you I did some stamp surgery on this? I'm just going to use take my little piece off that I'd already done stamp surgery and just do some nice leaves around here. There we go, that's nice. Oh, that's so pretty. I like that. And then for the pièce de résistance, I'm going to just roll that in my Wild Wheat ink pad, like so, so that I get a nice little Wild Wheat border all around my Wild Wheat piece of cardstock. Okay, so while that's drying nicely, I'm just going to focus on cutting up this piece of vellum. So this measures about 10.5 by just under 10 centimeters. So I got 6 pieces of this out of an A4 piece of cardstock. So for those of you who run classes, just to let you know, you can get 6 pieces out of one sheet of A4 card, and it is big enough to cut out that gorgeous doily from the, oh, here it is. This is the Delightful Doily dies, which I think is really pretty. So here comes the cut and emboss machine. I'm using Wild Wheat to do the leaves, Tara, and then Early Espresso to do the sentiment. All right, please do ask good questions. Please do ask questions if I forget to tell you stuff, or if you've just joined or whatever. All right. So I'm gonna get my plates at the ready. Hi, Anne. Happy Valentine's or Galentine's. Just running this through a couple of times to make sure it's really well cut. There we go. Just getting my pick tool just to knock a few of these out. Looks like a musical instrument. There we go. That all pops out really nicely. I didn't need to do any poking. I thought I might have to poke, but no, that was all good. So how was your weekend, everybody? I am going to go back to, so Friday, oh, I had class, didn't I? Did I come on live? Yes, I did. I came on and did scrap cards with you all. Saturday, I was up and cooking by about 10 o'clock, 10:15, and cooked lots of dishes for our Chinese New Year meal. We invited a few friends. Now, sadly, I didn't invite as many friends as I would have liked to, because our house capacity is smaller now. But we still managed to fit a few in. And I will go through the dishes with you in a minute, because I know how you like to know what food I've been cooking. Thanks, Vicky, for advertising my classes. You're the best. So I have got spaces on next week's class one, what I call class one, but it's clusters and lines. If you're new to whole sheet stamping, clusters and lines is a really good one to start off with. You just need to have lots of flower and leaf stamps for that one. And you just need a computer and Zoom. All right, I'm about to give you a bit of a tip. When you're sticking down doilies or things that have lots of holes in, and in this situation, I'm going to be putting, you know, a circle over the top anyway. I try and limit the amount of glue that's going to go on my fingers by doing the following. So because I know I want to stick this onto here, I will do this. It's easier if I just show you. So because I'm going to be sticking this doily in this position, I'm going to just put glue on this section of my card and then pop the doily on as I want to, like that. And then apply a little bit of glue over the top because there's some glue that's going to come through those holes. And then I'm going to place my sentiment over the top of that and actually then just push down here and allow this to then just push everything together and glue it without getting any glue on my fingers whatsoever. Because I know one approach could be to sort of stick this section to the doily first, but then that means you've got an exposed area that has got glue. So this layer, doing it in this order means that you don't have any glue going on you. And take your time just to kind of massage that, make sure it sits nice. Oh no, who's not well? Janice, you still got that cold. Oh, Karen's got a cold as well. Oh. All right, so then when you've done that, you should have a nice piece here that hasn't got any glue on it. And I know that's not stuck there, but it doesn't need to be because that's all holding it together. And there you have your card there. Now, you may be wondering, well, Ruth, why did you stick your sentiment on at an angle? And I'll tell you why. It's because when you have your card sitting up, the sentiment is then in the right position to be read. Okay, so if you'd stuck it more that way and stood it up, then your sentiment will be a bit skewed that way. So I always suggest that you have the wording, like this wording here, at right angles to this angle here. Right, this one. All right, so there we go. That is one of the cards that we did in class today. A little bit different to the one that I designed, but just to show you an option. And then, of course, if you want to decorate it with some gems and things, you can do. I did it with a little... Oh, actually, I'm going to show you about this bow. So this ribbon is currently... Oh, sorry, just reaching for it. This ribbon is free at the moment with a £45 spend. And this is my no fuss bow with thick ribbon. Basically, I just tie a knot. That's all you have to do to make this bow. You tie a knot and then get your sharpest pair of scissors. Cut a couple of fishtails in there. This ribbon is gorgeous. It's already got ruffles in it. If you like a ruffle, it's already done for you, this one. There we go. This is my no fuss bow. No, I do have people say, oh, I'm not very good at tying bows. You don't have to be. With thick ribbon, it can be done straight away. And I'm just going to grab a glue dot, and to be extra safe, I'm going to pop a glue dot either side of my ribbon. To make sure it doesn't move around. And just pop that onto there. There we go. All done. How cute is that? Right, so that was card number 1 that I did in class today. So maybe I should get you guys to rank out of points. So I know what, let's have categories. Should we have, so each category can have 10 points. So you get, so we could have a design category. So what you think of the design out of 10. The colour scheme. And then when I say simplicity, it doesn't mean that it's super simple, but I don't know. What other category could we have? We could have design, colour, and maybe the sort of whether it's easy or hard is not kind of goes into the score. It just is like a grading. So you could have a grading of easy is a advanced would be B. Sorry, C, and then in the middle we'll have intermediate. I'm gonna give that a B. So what do you think? Out of 10 for design and out of 10 for colour, and then give it a category A, B, or C. Right, I'm going to move on now to the next card. I'm just going to pop some of these little stamps away before I get too confused with what's out and what's in and so forth. I had a cold and tummy bug all at the same time. Oh, that does sound dangerous. Oh, you poor thing. So if you're a demonstrator watching me today, please do go ahead and use these ideas for your own class. They're not unique to me. I probably got the idea from somebody else as well, so I can't claim that they're a new idea to me. Obviously, it would be polite of you to mention my channel if you do use them in an idea in a class, but as I said, they're not completely unique to me. All right, so I'm going to go for another card now. I'm going to show you this one. So this one has a little bit of colouring in it. I was really inspired by this super pretty paper. So this is an old olive base with that gorgeous paper, and then we're going to do some nice colouring in on this one. So for those of you who are interested, when I run my classes, everyone gets an envelope with all the kind of card and paper that they need already pre-cut. This is partly to save time and also to conserve materials, because it's easier for me to kind of plan and prep and kind of use materials to their optimum, really. So for this card, we're going to be using the Everyday Details stamp set here. Hi Bob, hello. Oh, Karen says 10, 10 and a B. Fantastic. Vicky says 10, 7 and a B. Thank you. All right, so oh, that must still be out. Yes, that one's out. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to be using this lovely one here, which is this gorgeous vase of flowers. And I didn't think I needed this stamp set until I saw our demonstrator development manager, Helen Slim, use it. And I decided, yes, I did need it. It's so pretty. All right, so I'm going to go over the measurements of this card here too with you. Actually, I might draw this one out because I don't have a plan for this one yet. Oops, sorry. Right. Because I did say at the beginning of the year that when I come up with new fantasy folds, I would write a record of it. So when designing any gatefold card, basically you need to divide the width of your cardstock that you're about to use into 2. So whatever this measurement is, divided by 2. And then divide it by 2 again. So you're basically getting a quarter measurement. So what I did, because our cardstock in the UK measures 21 centimetres across, I actually chopped off 1 centimetre to make it easier. So this column here measures 5 centimetres, this measures 10, and this measures 5. So if you're using 8.5 by 11 cardstock, this would measure 2 inches, this would measure 4, and this would measure 2. All right. Halsey inspired your purchase too. Yeah, let's blame Halsey for that one then. All right. Okay, I'm just going to just draw a line there and there, and then there, and there. there, and there. Where's my little ruler? So the reason I'm doing this, keeping records of all the different folds, so that I don't have to keep reinventing the wheel, basically, because classic design shapes like this can be used over and over again, and to show off different types of papers, different images that can be coloured in. If you're a fan of doing stamped one-sheet wonders, then you can use those for this to decorate. There we go. So this is 21, sorry, no, it's 20 centimetres across. And then this measures 5, this measures 10, and then this measures 5. All right. So then the central panel here will measure 9.5 by, oh, hold on, let me just check what this measures. That's 14.5. So this measures 9.5 across and 14 down. Right, so then what I'm going to be stamping on is this little rectangle here, which is actually going to get stuck in the middle there. So let me just jot down the sizing of this. So this measures 6 by, I can't remember, so I'm going to have to measure it again. 10. There we go. Just double check that. Always double check. 6 by 10. And then the layer that it's matting on is 0.5 centimetre wider. So that'll be 6.5 by 10.5. There we go. All right, let's get on and do some stamping and colouring. So let's stamp the main image first. And because I'm going to be colouring it in, I decided to do this in black. Now, Stampin' Up! Do recommend, if you're going to be using the alcohol markers, that you do stamp in the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Now, I have in the past stamped with just the Stampin' Up! Ink as well. And it's also recommended that you let it dry and maybe even heat it a little bit to make sure it's completely dry before colouring in. Slim and stylish designs is Halesey, yes. Oh yeah, good question. The first card, I had to fit it into a 6 by 6 envelope, and it's a bit of a squeeze, William. Yeah, it's a bit of a squeeze. Because of that odd angle, it is a little bit of a funny one. All right, so that's my gorgeous image. So pretty. So I'm going to take the next 5 minutes just to colour this in. So if you want to go and put the kettle on and maybe make yourself a cup of tea, do feel free to go ahead and do that. Now, the ladies were saying that my pink was running out, so I'm going to do a little tester to see what's happening here. So this is my Flirty Flamingo. And, oh no, hold on. Is this dark or light? Oh no, this is light. 30. Oh yes, it is running out. Okay. Yeah, I think I might need to order a new one of this. Oh yeah. Let's see what the other end is like. Sometimes you find that one end is a bit more juicier than the other, but this end is a little bit mushed. All right, I'm going to use the dark for a bit of texture there. Maybe just go around the edge. Now there is a little bit of a bleed that can happen with the alcohol pens, especially when they're brand new. So it makes sense just to colour in definitely inside the lines. So now where alcohol pens really do come into their own is for blending. Here I am just doing plain colouring, especially with these smaller images, but I can show you. So that was, what was that, Light Highland Heather. So let's see if I can find something else. So this is Light Fresh Freesia. So let's use that for these flowers here. Oh yes, I was going to tell you about the food, wasn't I? I haven't got it. I haven't got that fern stamp, Kim. Right, so food. So I had a helper with me on a part of Saturday, and also we've had this young chap come into our church who used to work in a Chinese restaurant, cafe. No, takeaway. Sorry, get the right words. And when I was talking to him about what I was going to be cooking, he made a really helpful suggestion that instead of cooking, normally I would cook chicken in black bean sauce and also do a chicken in lemon and kind of like mix all the sauce in with the chicken. And so it would be definitely two separate dishes. So he helpfully suggested that I just cook the chicken fairly plain, you know, just with soy sauce and stuff, and then did the lemon sauce separate and then do a black bean sauce separate. So that's what I ended up doing. Only that I put the lemon sauce in a jug, and I think it kind of got a little bit forgotten by people on the day, but that was fine because my husband really likes it, and so we've got some leftover lemon sauce for us to use. So yes, I did chicken, but I did a way of preparing the chicken so it's really velvety to eat. I don't know if anyone's ever used the technique of not marinating, but basically you cut up the chicken into pieces and then you mix it with egg white and some corn flour, or I think you guys in America call it cornstarch, and then some sesame oil and some salt. So you just leave it, and you have to leave it for at least 20 minutes. And then what you do is you bring, if you want to be sort of a bit healthier and use less, you know, not use oil, you can do it this way. Or if you're happy to fry, then you can fry too. But I tend to just use boiling water. So you bring a big pan of water to the boil, and then you drop in like ladles of chicken, the chicken with the corn flour and everything around it. And then you boil it for 4 minutes, and then you spoon it out, and then you do the next lot. So that was Light Granny Apple Green. And then so after I did that, I basically did that sort of earlier in the morning, and then waited until people were kind of like about to get there, and then I popped that into a pan. I'd already maybe put some garlic, and then I just sort of flash fried it with some soy sauce and some dry sherry, and I think maybe some more sesame oil. So that was the chicken. Then I did a dish called, it's twice cooked pork, but it's kind of my version of twice cooked pork, which is extra kind of super tasty. So basically you're supposed to use pork belly, but I ended up using, I think it was pork, oh, was it pork loin? It sort of had a few sort of stripes of fat going through it, so it wasn't like super fatty, but it wasn't super lean either. No, it wasn't loin, because loin is not fatty, is it? Anyway, so you just put you bring a pot of water to the boil, and you add some slices of ginger, some spring onions, and then you add the pork to it, and you just let it simmer for about an hour, basically until the water's kind of like clear. Oh, you have cornmeal and cornstarch. Oh, the powder. Yeah. Not the meal, no. All right, so I'm just going over and over the base of the vase because my light source is like here, so I want a few sort of highlights on this vase. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Do that. Make that darker. All right. And just to let you know, I've got light soft sea foam here, and what I like to do is, you see where any of the colour is bleeding out of the design a little bit? You can go and use your white or clear pen, but I like to create a bit of a shadow around my colouring. So I use a nice light colour, like light soft sea foam, like Pool Party or so forth. And what this also does is helps to push some of that colour back, so you can't see my boo-boo basically. So it kind of behaves like the colour lifter pen, but also this way I'm putting a shadow around all my colouring. I'm just going to go around like so. Yeah, so you simmer the pork, then drain it off, and then I fried a couple of onions, garlic, and then cubed some carrots, like little cubes, chopped up maybe, the peppers I got from the store were really quite big, so I probably put either 3/4 or half a red pepper, sweet pepper in, so that was all cubed as well. And then I put some shrimp paste, which is super stinky, but it's amazing. Mix that with a little bit of hot water before putting that into the mixture, and then a tin of tomatoes, like chopped tomatoes, some honey, and a little bit of chili, very little bit, and basically bring that to the simmer to start cooking everything together, blending all those flavours. And then I didn't mix the, did I mix the pork in at this stage? Oh, maybe I did mix the pork in, but I didn't cook it for like a really long time because this was all in the afternoon and I needed everything to kind of cool down, because I had to do more cooking. All right, so that's my image coloured in. Don't really want to do more than that, apart from to say that if you wanted to put a bit of a border around the edge, you could do, which we didn't do in class, but I'm going to do today, or do now rather, just to show you that you can add, if you want to do an extra bit of a border. And I'm not being very careful, I'm just doing it. There we go. It just helps to kind of like vignette the whole thing, which is really sweet. Yes, it might. No, it wasn't quite a shoulder. It was in steaks. Oh, I can't remember what the cut was called. Yeah, but it's super tasty. And then you kind of want to cook down the mixture before you add the pork in anyway to make it nice and sticky. So, right. Now what I'm going to do is stamp this really cute little teacup image on the inside of what's going to go in my card. So this panel here. And I stamp this with soft sea foam. So, and I think I'm just going to go with the image, sorry, the sentiment that's from this stamp set. Use light of navy. And I love this technique of stamping just a pale image in the background and then stamping your sentiment over the top like so. Just makes it look really sweet. So let's start assembling this card together. So these panels here measure 4.5 by 14. Oh, come on. The Magnolia set. No, I haven't pre-ordered anything yet. Right, now I think I did cut these so that they would be symmetrical. I forgot to tell the ladies that this morning, so oops. But yeah, I did actually line these up carefully so that they would be symmetrical. Actually, did I go the other way around? No, I don't think it matters. Right, so that was what I call my smelly pork dish. We kind of affectionately call it that in our house. And then, what's the other thing? Oh, ginger beef. So, ginger beef is, and I don't think it was too gingery actually. I might just put more ginger in next time. It's where what you do is you heat the vegetable oil in your wok first. So I use minced beef, sorry, ground beef, minced beef. Hi, Heather. All right, no worries. But what you do is you fry the ginger and the white of the spring onions, not the green parts, just the white parts, and the garlic first. And what this does is it releases the flavours of the ginger and the garlic and the spring onions into the oil. And then I drained the oil off and put the oil back in the wok and kept all the garlic and the crispy ginger and everything for later on. And then I turned it up to quite a high heat and then added the beef, the ground beef, which I'd already mixed with some corn flour and some soy sauce. Right, so you see I just put glue on one side because what I want to do is have this lined up perfectly, so this is perfectly framed in the middle there, like so. Oh, you love it. Oh, oh, Karen, I want to see what you've made with it then. There we go. And for this card, I really liked putting a little bit of baker's twine, which I'm sure I've got here somewhere. I know I didn't pack it away. Oh, here it is. So this is some of the in-colour baker's twine, which actually oh no, this is blueberry bushel I've used here, but this is, I think, the Starry Sky one, which is, you know, similar-ish blue. And I just tied a cute little bow, like so. There's a bit more there. Where did I put my, oh, there they are. I chopped the ginger by hand, but very finely. very, very fine. Yeah. Sorry, so then I added the beef back, but I turned the temperature up of the wok. And what I do is I kind of pat the beef down to actually like really quite sear it and almost, I'd say not burn, but you know, darken it in one layer. And then once that layer is all sealed, I then try and flip it so that more would be cooked. And then once it's kind of, it's done both sides, then I chop it up and like mix it all together so that you get a real kind of like crispy bits. Which, yeah, I like. And then I added some bamboo shoots, which you can get in a tin, and some chopped up baby sweet corn. So, right, I'm going to use these gems. These are the purple fine shimmer gems because I really like how they went with this look purple that I used here. And I'm just going to pop 3 of these, and I'm using each one of the different purples because I can. I just want to show them off like so. And there you have it, card number 2. How cute is that? And I love this combination of the green against the pink and the blue, and it's just such a pretty colour scheme. All right, so points out of 10 then for the design, and then points out of 10 for the colour scheme, and then whether this is an A, B or C, whether this is good for a beginner or an intermediate or advanced. Yeah, there we go. Oh, excuse me. Right. Oh, and then the other dish I did was cashew chicken, which is so easy to make. But word of warning, you do have to keep an eye on the cashews. I don't know if I'd ever made it before. I knew Tom had made it before. And it's from a really classic cookbook. It's called Chinese Cooking Made Easy by Ken Hom. It's a really great little cookbook if you're new to Chinese cooking. I'm just going to clean these off before I put them away. Yeah, so what you do is you heat some oil and then you throw some cashews, some raw cashews in there, and you only need to be like frying them for about a minute because boy, they catch easily, and mine did catch a little bit and were a little bit too brown, but I picked out the sort of the too brown ones and then left the others in before you add your chicken, which again you're meant to I velvetized it, you know, I mixed it with egg white and corn flour to really get a nice texture on it. It just seems to make the chicken really nice and soft, so I like doing it. Oh, lovely, Kim. Porcupine balls with red beans and cornbread and heart-shaped brownies and chocolate-covered strawberries. Oh, lovely. Now I was trying to think what to do for Valentine's Day, and we're not really, Tom and I aren't really super kind of like, we don't kind of go in for it in a big way. He said to me today, oh, I haven't got you anything for Valentine's. I went, no, nor have I. And so I said, he came over to sort of like kiss me, and I was like, no, we'll save that for Valentine's Day. I said, I'll kiss you tomorrow. Such a tease. Right, okay, so this is the last card that we did today in class. It's this one here. And it was to try and very gently introduce the using the brayer with my ladies. And we were talking about cashew chicken, Janine. And so I don't know if I've done this on this channel before. No, I may have done. So what we're going to do is we're going to emboss a piece of cardstock to start off with. So the measurements for this are kind of fairly simple. The card base measures 14.5, or I think it's 5 3/4 ish across, or you could do it at 5.5 if you wanted to. And basically each kind of square you go down and down and down. But because I was doing it for class, just a little tip, this panel here measures 4x4, and again, this paper is a freebie. This and this pink one, and the one that these flowers are from, is a freebie during celebration. So the measurement for this is 4x4, so you get 9 of these out of a piece of 12x12, and then the measurement for this pink panel is 2.5 inches by 2.5, and so I then just cut a slightly larger panel which measures 7 centimeters. Oh, does that measure 6.5? It could be 6.5, or it could be 2.5, 6.5 centimeters, or 2.5 inches. But this panel here measures 7 centimeters, which for us in the UK is really great because we can get 3 columns out of our cardstock. All right, and then these, I'll show you in a minute, these come out of some of that lovely, lovely paper. Right, so we're going to get started. I'm just going to move these out of the way because I don't need these now. Don't need that either. And grab my embossing folder. So this is beautiful. It's called Layered Florals. There's so many fun things you can do with this embossing folder. Let's grab my machine for a sec. So you need plate 1 and plate 4 for this. I'm Stampin' Up! Very helpfully put the numbers on our plates and little images. Oh, Kim. Oh, well, I'm sure she appreciates you doing a special meal for her. I mean, that is just gorgeous, isn't it, on its own? But to enhance the floral image, I decided to use the brayer, which is here, and the white ink. So just make sure it's clean. So just go in one direction. I'm just going to pop this back under. And I actually only need to brayer the edges of this because it's going to get covered up anyway. So take your time just to add that ink on. Don't push down too hard. Don't be tempted to push hard, because what we're wanting to do is just catch the top ridges of these flowers. And you might not be able to see it from that distance just yet, but I'll bring this up to show you in a minute. Hi, Diane. Oh, are you safe in that storm? Oh, congratulations, Carol. 55 years, that's wonderful. I think Pam needs to forward her video. Can someone just put in the chat, Pam, I think you're a little bit behind on the video. Alright, so, I don't know if you can, you probably can't really see it, but I can see it, honestly, it's there. But yeah, there's these really nice little white highlights on the card now. I promise. So I've got my bubble bath card base here. And I love green and pink together. I'm going for this really gorgeous lemon lime twist card against the pale bubblegum pink. Bubble bath pink is really nice. It's very spring and fresh and yum. Yum, yum, yum. So I think I'm just going to leave, I was going to put a sentiment on here, but I'm going to leave that for now because I don't know who I'm giving this to. And I'm just going to pop on that onto there. And then this one onto here. And I quite like this gold design on here. It's not kind of like full in your face gold, is it? It's quite delicate. Oh, Diane, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so now for the pretty bit. Ooh, sorry, I just got to find the paper. Oh, here it is. So it's one of the papers that's in that freebie set. Is this one here that's got these really gorgeous kind of florals on it that's really easy to colour in. And I'm going to do it an even easier way. I'm going to use the blender brushes to do this. So I'm going to get some yellow and some pink. Get some Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow on there, like so. I love it when Stampin' Up come out with these foiled papers because they're so easy to customise and make your own. So that was Daffodil Delight, and then this is a little bit of Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to put that in the middle there. Like so. That'll do. And then I'm just going to spend a few minutes doing a bit of fussy cutting. So talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Oops, that was a bit close. I actually like to leave a little bit of a gap when I'm doing fussy cutting to allow for any mistakes that I might make. So if you're new to fussy cutting, just a tip, keep the scissors straight ahead of you and move the paper. Now I'm deliberately not bothering to cut that flower out. It's not got enough time in the day to fuss about that. And also if you get to sort of areas like this with these little things sticking out, I just cut them off too. It's a bit like butterfly antenna. What's the point, eh? Just draw them on after. So, I mean, if you're particularly, you know, a bit of a masochist and you love fussy cutting, then by all means cut out those tiny weeny little things if you really want to. But if you're like me, you want to get on with getting on, I just cut around them. You know, in my book, fussy cutting is fun for about 5 minutes and then that's it. But I know some of you out there love it. Find it relaxing. That's great. Enjoy. Oh, Judy, that was fortunate. What made you think to look there? Or were you just going through the recycling? Wow, that's a close one. It's important to relax your shoulders when you're doing this. You can get, if you don't find it relaxing, you can find that your shoulders do get a little tense. So just draw up your shoulders to your ears and relax them a bit. Or tense then relax rather. Right, so what was I doing? I was telling you about my Chinese New Year, wasn't I? So what else did I cook? Oh, some vegetable and prawn noodles. So for that, that's a kind of really kind of good recipe for using up whatever you've got in your fridge, to be honest. So I just sort of stir-fried a bunch of vegetables, just chop them finely. And then put the obligatory kind of soy sauces in. So I put a mixture of dark soy and light soy. Light soy is the salty, dark soy is the sweet. And then I put the vermicelli, the rice noodles, in the hot water for 3 minutes. And then, actually, no, what I did do, because, so when you're cooking for a whole bunch of people and you're needing to get cooking done throughout the day, what I did is I had the vegetables ready prepped and kept that in the fridge. And then nearer the time, I cooked the rice noodles. Then reheated my vegetable mixture up, put the noodles in, and then also I had some nice prawns that I defrosted and threw the prawns in as well. So that was good for the vegetarian. Oh, and then the good thing about me making the different sauces, so you know earlier I said I did the lemon sauce and then I did a black bean, and I didn't tell you I'd put broccoli in that one, and I should have made more of it. Next year I'll make more. Was then when my vegetarian friend turned up, I just cooked some mushrooms. I bought frozen mushrooms. I know it's a bit cheating, but I just fried some frozen mushrooms in garlic and ginger and some soy sauce, and then he could then choose whether to put the black bean sauce or the lemon sauce over, although I don't think lemon and mushroom probably goes very well. But anyway, she could then do what she wanted then. And of course we had a whole heap of prawn crackers. Which was yum. Right, I'm going to leave that one there for now because I don't actually want to add the sentiment just yet. So that's how I did that card. How cute is that? I just love the kind of the play of the pink against that green and so forth. Oh, that would be awesome, Janine. Yeah, that'd be great. You love to cussy fussing when watching telly. Oh, when touching welly. Touching. Oh dear. All right, I didn't realise how long I'd been online. So oh yeah, I've already done an hour, everybody. So yeah, points then out of 10. Uh, First for design, then for colours, and then for ease. I think this one is probably a bit easier to do. I know maybe a beginner wouldn't have a embossing folder or a machine, but it kind of this I think it's a bit easier to do than some of the others. This one. So I'll go over the 3 cards then. So I've got this one here, which is a angled fun fold, like so. This one, which is a gate fold, and then this one, which is just a plain kind of square one. And there you have. Right. Oh, you like the third one best? Fab. So yeah, so let me know, which one do you prefer, 1, 2, or 3 now? And again, just a reminder, if you're going to place an order with me, do check to see what the celebration freebies are. So if you place orders of £45 increments, so every £45 you spend, you're eligible for a gift from category A. And then if you spend £90, you can either choose 2 gifts from category A or 1 gift from category B. And Stampin' Up have actually added a whole load of new things to those categories, which I could actually show you. So I'll let you tell me which ones you liked, and then I'll just call up the website. To show you. If you've got any questions, please ask them now, if there were things that I didn't mention. Special celebration. Right, I'll show you. The square one is my fave. Oh, yes, they cost extra. Yeah, fortunately they don't cost us extra as long as they're thin. So, yeah. What happened to Judy? Just trying to go back to what was around me at the time. Oh. Okay, so this is what's on offer for celebration currently. So I'll show you what's free with a £45 spend at the moment. So these are the new items that have been added. You've got the celebration, the sweet thoughts and memories and more cards and envelopes. Now, when you go to add these, if you're placing an order online, you actually have to go to the celebration section, which is up here under specials. Let me just see that you can, oh, you can't see that. Hold on, let me just bring that down. There we go. And let's show you what that looks like. So you need to go to the specials and the celebration, and so basically when you place an order and you add items to your basket, it will tell you how many you're eligible for. And so you need to go to this section, the celebration section. Make sure you can see it pink here, and then you'll add them from here. Don't just go to the item and try and add it. It will just add it to your basket. So go to the specials and celebration. Right, so they've added the sweet thoughts, memories, and more cards and envelopes. Now, just a word on this one. I'm actually planning to do a workshop using these cards. So, just saying. Then the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folder, the botanical layers, which I love. You've seen me use that stamp set time and time again. The Love This Memory notebook kit, which is worth, I think, about 20 odd pounds. The Beside Me Cling stamp, which is a really sweet. Oh, this is Vicky's favourite stamp because she remembers her daddy teaching her to ride a bike. This is a great one for Father's Day cards if you either make them to sell or if you need them. Then the Delightfully Eclectic. Now this, I think, is the best value for money, this one. It's worth £28 and you get loads and loads of papers, including that gorgeous floral, and you get 4 sheets of it. This one here, this gorgeous floral that I just used. So that's worth 28. So you've only got to spend £45 to get that paper for free. Then the Just Kidding paper is on there. A robot card kit, I think that's worth about £20. The pool party ribbon. So these are all the celebration items that are in the leaflet. Then the papers. This is the one that I used just now on that card. It's got that lovely gold floral image. That one there. And what else have we got? Yeah, the toolbox papers, the Flight and Airy, the Softly Stippled, the watermelon stamp set, which I've yet to use. I've got it, but I haven't used it yet. Then a lovely sentiment set, some gems, and a baby kind of cradle type one, and a jungle one. So very quickly, I will show you then what's available if you spend £90. And you can choose the Dragonfly Punch, which is worth £21. The new core colours, oh gosh, that's worth, I'd say at least 25, if not 30. That beautiful stamp set, and then the die set, which I would say is worth about 30 as well. And then an embossing folder and stamp set. Again, that's probably worth about 30 really, that set there. So you've got lots of choice if you spend £45 or £90 at the moment. Please remember to go and use my host code as well if you do that. All right. This is my public announcement broadcast. Hi, Jodie. You've already made a template for card 1, even though I have no clue what dimensions you started with. Oh, fantastic. William, did you use inches then? Yeah, so let me just have a go figuring out what that would be in inches. Because you'd have to try and fit it onto an 8.5 by 11, wouldn't you? If you're in the States anyway, so. I guess 2 3/4 would do it. I think. Yeah, so 2 3/4. Just get my ruler. 8.5, so by 5.5. So this is not necessarily the British, this is me not changing it just to inches. This is me actually designing this for the American size paper. So yours would be slightly fatter, shorter and fatter. So the whole width of that would be 8 1/4, and then this is 5.5, and then this section here be 2 3/4. Okay. If anyone wants to take a screenshot of that, that's what it looks like. So then your piece that you would put in the middle, take off 1/4 inch. So that would measure 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. And then of course you would score down that one, and then this would get cut from there to there. Does that make sense? Now I've just realised there's no dottage on any of these cards though. I'm wondering whether this one could do with a little bit of dottage. There we go, just a little. There we go. Oh, you did 7 1/2. All right, so that might not fit in your 6 by 6 then if you did it that way. Yeah, that's a good option. Yeah, so to take it down to 2 1/2. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, you're waiting for an order, Pam. Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for an order as well. I'm hoping it might get here tomorrow. The Stampin' Up says it's going to be here tomorrow, but it only just left Frankfurt this morning, so not sure if it will get here. But I'll go back and have a look and see. It's great. We just press this button on our emails and it tells you where it is. Oh, apparently I can't do it on my computer though. It tells me that I've got my Bitdefender kicks in. There we go. Yes. Yeah, no, that's a good measurement. That's because, as I said, it's a bit tricky for this to fit in. It kind of just does it. Yeah, only just. Yeah. All right, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope that was helpful. If you do have any questions about the process and what I did this evening, please let me know in the comments section or email me, ruthtrice@gmail.com. There's someone who emailed me to say, how can you get hold of the templates that I designed the other day? I have said that if anyone PayPal gifts me or super chats me or attends a class of mine or is a customer or signs up with me, actually everyone that signs up with me who are in my my team Facebook group already got the templates. I will email the templates out to you. So those are the cutting templates for the One Sheet Wonders. So there we go. Right, there's still time to sign up to next Tuesday's class. It's a stamping one. And this Friday, oh, no, is it? Hold on, what class have I got this Friday? I'm sure I've got one coming up. Just going to check. Excuse me. Oh, no, it's not this Friday. Oh, this Friday is Clusters and Lines. Sorry. Clusters and Lines is this Friday, and it's a stamped cross the following Friday. And I've only got 4 people on that one, so I could do with a few more people in that one. If anyone is interested, I will show you mine. Oh, if I can find it. Ooh, There we go. That's the one. So that's Friday the 23rd for this one. You just need florals, leaves, and you need some masking paper. to do the cross, and a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. This is actually stamped onto soft seafoam, but you can do it on white or very vanilla or whatever you want to do it on. All right, so Friday the 23rd for this one. All right. Okay, lovely to see you. Take care, everyone, and I'll catch you again very soon. Take care. Bye.